As we get to our first checkpoint, we come across the mouth and the neck. In the mouth, we have the lips. They contain skeletal muscles and a variety of sensor nerves that are useful in judging the temperature and texture of foods. Next, we have the teeth. The teeth are hard structures set in the upper or lower jaw and are used for chewing food. Tongue. Taste buds enable us to enjoy the senses of flavor and warn us when food is unfit to eat. The muscle fibers are heavily supplied with nerves so they can manipulate food in the mouth and place it between teeth for chewing without being bitten in the process. Glands. Exocrine glands with ducts that produce saliva. They also secrete amylase, an enzyme that breaks down starch into maltose. The epiglottis. It helps allow speech to occur, probably to ask for food. Next, we're going to come up to the upper GI tract. In the upper GI tract, we have the liver, esophagus, stomach, gallbladder, pancreas, omentum, and spleen. Let's take a look. Okay. First, let's start with the liver, this little mushy blob of gray right here. It filters the blood coming from the digestive tract before passing it to the rest of the body. The liver also detoxifies chemicals and metabolizes drugs. As it does so, the liver secretes bile that ends up back in the intestines. The liver also makes proteins important for blood clotting and other functions. Next is the esophagus. It functions as a conduct for foods and liquids that have been swallowed into the pharynx to reach the stomach. Peristalsis is reversed in the esophagus during vomiting to forcefully remove toxic or pathogen-laden food from the body. Next is the stomach. The stomach also secretes a mixture of acid, mucus, and digestive enzymes that help to digest and sanitize our food while it's being stored. Then is the gallbladder. It holds bile produced in the liver until it is needed for digesting fatty foods in the duodenum of the small intestine. Next is the pancreas. Functioning as an exocrine gland, the pancreas excretes enzymes to break down the proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, and nucleic acids in food. Functioning as an endocrine gland, the pancreas secretes the hormones insulin and glucagon to control blood sugar levels throughout the day. Omentum, it acts as a storage for fat and also may limit the spread of infection in the abdominal cavity. Last is the spleen. It filters and stores blood to protect the body from infections and blood loss. Come to the finish line, we come across the lower GI tract. It holds the small intestine, large intestine, colon, rectum, and anus. Here we go. Let's take a look. Okay, first let's start with the small intestine. It absorbs about 90% of the nutrients from the food we eat. It's called the small intestine because it's only 1 inch in diameter. It's made of 3 parts. The duodenum, it's chyme mixed with bile and pancreatic juice. The jejunum is where nutrient absorption happens, and the ileum catches whatever nutrients were missed in the jejunum. The large intestine takes care of absorbing any water left in food that hasn't been digested yet, and then passing any unused waste from the body. The cecum is where the ileum opens from one side and continues with the colon. The ascending colon carries feces to transverse colon. Transverse colon attaches ascending colon to the descending colon, and the descending colon traverses inferiorly along the left abdominal wall to the pelvic region. In the sigmoid column, it connects the descending to rectum. When we get to rectum, the feces collects here until pressure on the rectal walls causes nerve impulses to pass to the brain, which then sends messages to the voluntary muscles in the anus to relax, permitting expulsion. In the anus, where feces are expelled, the sphincter muscles have to relax to allow passage. One of the best feelings about after exercising is getting a nice hot shower. But even though that's a really great feeling, it's not the only benefit of exercising. You also get to prevent many diseases. Okay, one of the many benefits of exercising is preventing many diseases. The first disease you can prevent is one of hepatitis, inflammation of the liver. It's usually caused by viruses like hepatitis A, B, and C. Hepatitis can have non-infectious causes too, including heavy drinking, drugs, allergic reactions, or obesity. Prevention would be obviously not drinking, doing drugs, carefully measuring out your allergy medicine, and exercise. The second disease we have is hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are swollen and inflamed veins around the anus or in the lower rectum. It's caused by chronic constipation or diarrhea, straining during bowel movements, sitting on the toilet for long periods of time, and a lack of fiber in the diet. It can be prevented by drinking 6 to 8 ounce glasses of water or other non-alcoholic fluids each day, sitting in a warm tub of water for 10 minutes several times a day, and exercising to prevent constipation. Diarrhea. Diarrhea is loose, watery stools. Acute diarrhea is usually caused by bacterial, viral, or parasitic infection. Having diarrhea means passing loose stools 3 or more times a day. You can prevent it by avoiding caffeine and foods that are greasy, high in fiber, or sweet. You can also eat yogurt with active. Live bacterial cultures may even help people recover from diarrhea more quickly, and exercising. Gallstones. Gallstones are hard particles that develop in the gallbladder. Imbalances in the substances that make up bile causes gallstones. You can prevent it by managing consumption of cholesterol and bile salts. Checkups from the doctor can help show you if you have one or you need surgery. The body system is essential for life because without it, our cells cannot get the nutrients that we need. No nutrients equals no energy to live or support any of the other systems such as nervous, circulatory, or immune. Without the digestive, we cannot live.